Oh man, Rhaenyra is going full nun mode. Oh, this is going to be exciting. She's finally going to get revenge for her kid.
I forgive you for killing Jon, for taking my son's life.
Well, I can officially say none of this is good. Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of House of the Dragon. This one is for Season 2, Episode 3, titled The Burning Mill. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for today, this one's going to be doing my weekly review for House of the Dragon, this one is for Episode 3, titled The Burning Mill. So, weekly review for House of the Dragon, this is Episode 3, and I'm just going to kind of jump straight into it. I did not enjoy this episode. I'm going to make it very simple, and, you know, Game of Thrones is... Oh boy, man, Game of Thrones is one of those franchises where you dare say something bad about it, people will come after you. So, I would like to make sure you all know that this is just my opinion. If you enjoyed the episode, that is good for you. I'm glad you did. And I did genuinely enjoy the first 2 episodes. I did. The first 2 episodes of this season I thought were really fantastic. They were really good. This episode, it wasn't logically sound. Is the best way I can put it. There is not one thing from this episode that made a lick of sense to me, at least. All right, and I'm gonna delve into this. The only thing I saw for the last hour that I watched of this episode was a Daemon side plot, which didn't really do much aside from him hallucinating Rhaenyra, the old Rhaenyra. They brought the actress back for that. Okay, you know, so he's struggling with his inner demons, even though he killed a kid, really, inadvertently, so I guess they're trying to show that he feels some kind of sympathy, but it's like, it's kind of hard for me to feel sympathy when bro does something like that. But anyway, that was like the best part of the episode. That was okay. But it didn't really feel like we got much out of it, but it was fine. We got a battle in this one, a brief one, which the opening scene, the battle happened like off screen. I was like, okay, so what the hell was the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing happened off screen. Like, it's like you just cut to like all the dead bodies everywhere. It's like, well, then what the hell? Like, why do I give a frick, you know? And it's like, then you've got this entire episode, you've got this plot between like Rhaenyra, and she's planning a war, and she's doing all this stuff, and you know, it's all kind of rising up and stuff like that. And then you get to the point where you have stuff going on in King's Landing with, you know, the king or whatever, and he's like drunk out of his mind and interrupting sex scenes and stuff, and he's wandering around acting like an absolute buffoon. And then the episode's peak, I would say, is the ending where Rhaenyra decides that she's going to go in there and she's going to talk to Alicent, right? And I remember at first I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. We have just watched what is probably one of the biggest blood feuds of TV over the last couple years, right? I would argue, right? Because Rhaenyra, of course, lost her son in the season 1 finale, and you saw how just angry she was. Like, she wanted revenge, man. Like, she was convinced, like, I am getting revenge if it's the last thing I do. And I loved that determination about her character. I really did. And then in Season 2, Episode 1, literally an episode that's called A Son for a Son, one of Alicent's then now son characters was now killed by Daemon, which of course works for Rhaenyra, right? So both sides have done something horrible to one another, and both sides have lost a son figure, right? And then you get this episode. She sneaks in to King's Landing. First of all, I gotta tell you, I am super impressed by how many times characters are able to just sneak in King's Landing without any kind of problem. Like, how the hell did they get cleared at the gate, man? Like, seriously, how do these people get in here? Like, honestly, that is my biggest question about this season. I let it slide with the first episode because I was like, okay, you know, it's one time. Let's, you know, have some suspension of disbelief. No, everybody's just able to go in and out of King's Landing like it's no big deal. Like, what? Like, seriously, like, no wonder that place fell in the main show. Seriously, people are just able to come in, come out. Like, you know, it's like, what the hell? But anyway, point being, I was liking where it was going at first, right? I was actually really excited when Rhaenyra went in there and you know, I have to be honest, I was kind of bored throughout most of the episode. So I was like, okay, that's fine, but at least the ending will probably, you know, stick the landing, you know? She goes into King's Landing dressed as a nun, and I remember I was thinking at first, I was like, okay, they're not going to kill Alicent off. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to be able to sneak in there and kill her right away. But I was like, would that not be kind of gangster, though? You know what I'm saying? If Rhaenyra was just able to kind of go in there and, like, take her out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but here's the thing, right? It's already stupid for her to go in there to begin with. I still don't understand what the hell she was doing. Yes, you know, she talks about, you know, like Aegon and stuff. And yes, she talks about, you know, all that. But it's like, that is such a risky move to go in there. But I was gonna forgive it because I was like, okay, she may go in there and make an attempt at least to kill Alicent. You know what? That's cool. I get it. She's angry, you know? Makes sense. No, she goes in there, she talks to Alicent, and she's like, yeah, no, like, you know, if you can't kill me, oh, I can't kill you, you know? And it's like, these two just stand there and have a full-blown conversation. I'm like, you just got her son killed and vice versa. Like, a young boy was literally decapitated last episode. Like, literally the last episode, that boy was decapitated. What are we doing here? Like, that just completely screwed up the entire rivalry. Like, now you mean to tell me that we're going to get a war that happens because Alicent tells her, like, oh, it's too late, Rhaenyra, it's too late, you can't save it now, you know? And it's like, so these two are just going to go right back to war? It's like this episode took, like, a pause button or something, and then the next episode's going to be like, oh, okay, back to the battles, you know? It's like, well, you just had the chance to kill her, and vice versa for Alicent. Why didn't Rhaenyra try to kill Alicent? Isn't, like, that the point? Like, that's what they've been trying to do the entire show? Oh my god, man, I don't know. It just felt off. The whole thing felt off. Like, seriously off. And I know there's going to be people that defend this. And like I said, that's totally fine. I know for a fact, Game of Thrones viewers, they pretty much take anything at this rate, you know? I've seen people defend the final season of Game of Thrones, you know? It made no sense. It made no sense. It's like as if, like, and let me give you guys an example here so you guys can kind of understand what I'm going off about. It's almost like as if you had Homelander and the boys that ran into Billy Butcher, and these two were just like, all right, I'm not going to kill you, you know, let's just have a, you know, whatever, you know, like, that's what it would be like, you know, and it's like, it's almost like having, like, Walter White versus, like, I don't know, Todd or something, you know, and he doesn't kill Todd, you know what I'm saying, like, after all the things that he done, you know, same thing with, like, it's like as if Rick met up with, I don't know, Negan, you know what I'm saying, midways through All Out War of the Walking Dead, and it was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm good, we'll battle later, but let's just talk about this for a little bit, you know, like, it makes no darn sense at all. So I don't know, this episode did not do it for me. I gotta be honest, this episode did not do it for me whatsoever. I would say this episode at best is like a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 4, you know. I didn't enjoy this episode whatsoever. And this whole, like, green and black thing and all this stuff now, it's like, I don't care. You had the chance to end this whole thing, and you didn't take it. Like, why are you sneaking into King's Landing to begin with? Second off, why aren't you at least trying to take her out? She's the main source of the problem. I don't know. My interest has just now been completely shot with this war. I gotta be honest. You know, obviously I'm gonna cover it, but, like, what the hell were the writers thinking? No, this was stupid. Absolutely stupid. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's my honest takes, guys. You guys know me. I'm honest. So, there you go, guys. Post comments down below. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button to miss any other videos for Game of Thrones. Be sure to follow me at Dan's The Reviews official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Game of Thrones. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.